Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in this video I want to share with you a game played by legendary chess player Vasily Smyslov. Probably you know that today on the 24th of March is the 100th birth anniversary of the 7th World Chess Champion. Smyslov won the World Chess Championship title in 1957 in a match against Mikhail. He was a candidate for the World Chess Championship on 8 occasions, twice tied for the first place at the Soviet Championships, and his total of 17 Chess Olympiad medals won is an all-time record. In 5 European Team Championships, Smyslov won 10 gold medals, and no world champion has composed as many chess compositions as he did. Besides chess, he was an accomplished baritone singer. The following game which I want to share with you, Smyslov played against American chess grandmaster Walter Sean Browne. The game was played at 1982 Las Palmas Interzonal. Browne opened up with d4, to which Smyslov answered with knight f6, c4 e6, knight f3 bishop b4 check. Bogo-Indian defense is on the board. So white avoided Nimzo-Indian defense, which could arise with knight c3. In that case, black is managing to pin white knight and then can even erupt a weakness on the queen side. And with knight f3, white is avoiding that pin and now is getting a chance to cover his king with bishop d2. After which black is getting a wide range of options, has too many ways of proceeding with the game. For example, queen e7 is good, c5 can be played, bishop takes d2, bishop e7. In the game we see a5. This leads to a sharp line which was popularized by David Browne. Black is trying to grab space on the queen side, but is doing it at the cost of structural weaknesses. g3 by Browne, d5, bishop g2, d takes c4, queen c2, knight c6, and then white is winning back the pawn, queen d5, and an exchange of queens on d5 followed. Knight c3, bishop e6, nothing special, both players are developing their pieces, and a4. And now if white tries to stop this a pawn with a move like a3, then will create a hole on b3. Knight b5 was played, an active jump by white knight, trying to create problems for black. An exchange of dark squared bishops on d2 followed. Now we have a hanging pawn, and Smyslov neutralized the threat with king d8, knight e5, rook a5, trying to get rid of this active knight as soon as possible because already white is putting too much pressure down the c-file. Knight takes c6 check. Well, an alternative is rook takes c6, and this actually leads to a very sharp line which requires a huge calculation, although seems like that in the end of the day it's black who is getting better chances. Black is getting 2 pawns against a piece, but these are passed pawns and black has really nice chances, you know. This knight on h8 is placed awkwardly, and it's not that clear how the game is going to end. Once again, let me tell you that Stockfish gives black better chances, but this is a very sharp position where all 3 results are possible. In the game after rook a5, we see knight takes c6 check, b takes c6, and white knight retreated on c3, although knight e3 is also something which is worth of taking into consideration. King e7, knight d1, king d6. In the endgame, the king is the strongest attacking piece, and now we will see how Smyslov will bring that idea into life. By the way, let me tell you that Smyslov was super strong in the endgame, and Mikhail once said that while Smyslov's talent is universal, in the endgame he is in his element. Mikhail called him a virtuoso of the endgame, a modern Capablanca. While I was praising Smyslov's endgame skills, the exchange of rooks on b4 also followed, and on that black king didn't stop and is moving forward. Rook c1, c5, A very, very bold endgame technique, you know. I really like how Smyslov is playing. He's not touching this rook, and instead, all the time, he's trying to create an attack with his bold king. A3 check. Well, at this point, if you move away your knight, then you will lose the pawn on a2. According to Stockfish, it's okay to give up this pawn, but Browne was not eager to sacrifice that guy and decided to announce a check. A3 check. And this is something which is really a mistake and is allowing this black king to step forward and target the pawn on b2. If you lose that pawn, then a3 will also drop. That's why white protected it with knight d1, and there comes bishop c4, restricting the movement of this rook, the bishop, and now the knight will also intrude inside opponent's camp. Knight f2, knight d5, knight e4, and there comes knight e3. Knight c5 check. Well, white is in a very difficult situation, you know. What else white can do? If you move away your bishop, then the pawn on b2 will drop. This bishop is already protected. That's why black can win this guy. Knight c5 check followed, and king a2. Well, Smyslov considers king takes b2 a weaker move, but according to engine, this is also guaranteeing white a victory. In the game we see king a2. Now the bishop is hanging, white moved it away, and we have bishop b3. Black is first strengthening the pawn on a4, and only then will win the b pawn. Meanwhile, white is coming after it. Knight c4 check, king d3, and at this point white lost on time, although white's position is already lost. Here is one of the possible continuations. Black can play knight e5 check. If king takes d4, then knight d7, and then rook d8. But white stepped the time limit, and after king d3, we have a victory by Smyslov. A very, very nice king walk by Smyslov, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly. Truly a virtuoso endgame player. In the end, the chess puzzle for you, or the task is to find the winning line for white. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Feel free to check out my early uploads as well. We'll see you in my next video.